is Harris and Embiid. Lowry out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. Shaq is screen on Embiid. Down low. Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
Pass to Harris. Embiid against O'Neal. Embiid kicks to Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Harris. And that one is off.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game. That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Got to learn your lesson.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. 4-point game. Here's Brown. To the inside. Embiid with the steal. Right side Lowry. Shoots over Brown. The shot by Lowry. No good. Now here's Doncic. To the middle. Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Here's Philadelphia. Outside, Maxey puts up a deep 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
And Shaq with the slam.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down. And the game is fully in their control.
Oubre, good.
Got to know the scouting report. You do not want Kelly Oubre to establish confidence in catch and shoot chances. Knocks it down.
Lowry against Doncic. To the paint. Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Maxey. Outside for Lowry. Doncic with the steal. The pass to O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And here are the 76ers now. After the basket by Detroit. Doncic with it. Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And sometimes Shaq is impossible to guard without fouling. He's this, like, overwhelming presence.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Philadelphia. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Maxey.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the 76ers. They trail by 11. Pass to Harris. Embiid sets the pick for Harris. Oh, good with the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Doncic passes to O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Harris after the basket by Detroit. Embiid sets the pick for Melton. No good again that time. Detroit leading by 13. Shaq with a screen on Lowry. Doncic dishes to O'Neal. Doncic against Batum. Just 5 to shoot. And finished off by O'Neal.
And this is why Shaq's teammates lob it up for him. They trust him to finish that alley-oop.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the 76ers call time here. And the 76ers with some changes. All Reed's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Kyle Lowry. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Down low. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
Your home team.
There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Harris outside. There's the three. The 76ers with another miss. Detroit leading by 15. Shaq with the screen. Doncic passes to O'Neal. And now he jams it right over Tobias Harris. Wow!
One of the most ferocious dunkers we've ever seen. Shaq capable of bringing down the entire basket.
That will count. The shot, no good. And so is Detroit out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Abdul-Jabbar. Jaylen Brown out there with Doncic. Then it's James. And it's O'Neal in at the center. Philadelphia trails by 19. To the paint, here's Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
To the middle, here's O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
We have gotten used to this kind of dominance from Shaq. He just knows how to take over games.
Martin with a screen on Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the story of Cameron Payne, Brent, is one of redemption. Out of the league for a while, but he's come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, not only out of the league, Kevin, but remember, he was a lottery pick in 2015. So bouncing around, stints in China, a little bit of time in the G League. I mean, that's determination to get back, have an opportunity, and take advantage of it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Bamba's checked in.
Guys, I feel bad for the rim on that one. Shaq is one powerful dude.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Outside, Maxey. Bamba against O'Neal. Reed the pass to Bamba. And there's a whistle. And that's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's foul number 2 for him. Oubre's checked in for Bamba.
Second team foul. Coming out to the floor for your home team. Number 9.
To the inside. Reed down low. Working on Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Maxey. Rebound, Detroit. On the wing, Doncic. Inside, here's Shaq. And finished off by O'Neal.
The strength of O'Neal is otherworldly.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And the 76ers call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring. And if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Kyle Lowry comes in for Cameron Payne. Lowry finds Embiid. Back to Lowry. Oubre on the wing. Batum sets the screen for Oubre. Outside for Batum. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar.
Still home team ball.
Clock at 2. Maxey, the 19-footer, is on the money. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Shaq is screen on Lowry. Right side, O'Neal. Over Lowry. And O'Neal with the basket on the assist by Doncic. Shaq's got 10 points now just in this quarter. Brown against Maxey. A fader. Embiid's shot is good.
And if you give Batum some time to survey the floor, he'll find an open teammate.
Screen by O'Neal. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. That's now 32 points for Shaquille O'Neal. Tipped away. Doncic with the steal. O'Neal on the wing. LeBron sets the screen for O'Neal. The dish to James. Back to Shaq. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Oh, man, for over 20 years, has it been tough to find anyone that dishes it better than LeBron?
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Passes to Batum. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the second quarter.
Crafty move down low from Batum, just looking past the coverage, trying to find the slightest bit of a shooting window.
Oubre kicks to Maxey. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
To the middle. Here's Shaq. And finished off by O'Neal.
Assisted by
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Poked away. Pass to Batum. Embiid inside. Guarded by O'Neal. Detroit leading by 22. There's 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Oh!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And here's O'Neal. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And Shaq with the slam.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
He got it up. The shot misses. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's Detroit running away with it. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Put your hands together for your arena entertainment.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
The pairing up front is Harris and Embiid. Lowry out there with Maxey, and it's Oubre in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Down low, and Shaq with the slam.
He's just adept at gutting the defense in these sets. Give Doncic a passing lane, and he'll thread the needle.
Now, here's Maxey. And the pass to Harris. Embiid with it. Over O'Neal. Tries again. Embiid, no good. And it's Detroit's ball. James looking it over to the paint. O'Neal. Oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
This is why coaches want defenders to always have their hands ready. LeBron with the quick pass there.
Knocks it loose and taken away by Brown. Pass to O'Neal. James a screen on Embiid. Here's Shaq. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Shaq's got 46 points.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket.
They get it again. For three, Harris. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Personal foul. First team foul.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
I feel like Tobias Harris's confidence has grown over the past couple seasons, especially on the offensive end. Very capable of taking advantage of smaller defenders.
O'Neal on the wing, guarded by Harris. Fires from deep. Kept alive. James with a deep three. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
O'Neal against Maxey. LeBron passes to O'Neal. And the rejection by Embiid.
So agile at 7 feet. Embiid covers a lot of territory.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Embiid finds Harris. Maxey on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Brown outside. O'Neal sets the screen for Brown. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I think O'Neal's screen could stop traffic. I mean, he puts himself right in the defender's path.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Now, here's Maxey. Out to Harris. Oubre outside. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Oubre's got 6.
Nice to see Oubre step up and do that.
O'Neal a screen on Maxey. Down low. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it. Shot
from 12. That one rolling around and rims out.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
All reads checked in for the 76ers.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
He had a nice open look right there. Brown's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Maxey looking it over. Kicks to Oubre in the corner. It's Harris. Here's the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Well, Oubre will draw some attention as a scorer, but that's going to open up some passing lanes, and he doesn't make a mistake that time.
Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Oubre. Brown the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And Kareem throws it down.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Maxey with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Charity stripe shot. Maxey, no good.
And that's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And that one's good by LeBron.
They try to be up on LeBron James, and when he gets a little bit of room to shoot off the screen, just like that, great rhythm, that's good.
Here's Maxey, and slam dunk by Maxey.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move. The three. Another miss by Maxey. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Detroit delivering the blowout. We're going to step aside for just a second. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then there's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Doncic, and it's James in at the three spot. Here's Bamba. His three-pointers off the mark. And so Doncic will bring it up for Detroit. And there's Shaq. That's good on the assist by Doncic. Shaq's got 15 points in just the second half. Philadelphia with the ball. Healed, the pass to Bain, out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And the 76ers making a change here.
Coming out to the floor for your home team, number 16.
And Detroit has possession.
Council.
Shaq kicks to Doncic. Back to Shaq. Yep, that one goes in there. O'Neal's got 57 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
From 10 feet out, and that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. Batum's screen on Abdul-Jabbar. Melton, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Detroit?
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
But they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Kane can't hit. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Abdul-Jabbar. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Harris is checked in for Martin. Oubre comes in for Nicholas Batum. Axie's checked in for Milton. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Payne. Tatum, he's checked in for Detroit. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Horrible collapse there, guys. There is simply no excuse to give up a wide-open three-pointer off of the dead ball inbound play.
And here's Tatum for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
A three of his own for Tatum. That is how you respond.
Here's the floater. And the layup good by Lowry.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Tatum against Harris. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Tatum. This one for three. James dishes to O'Neal. Screen by O'Neal. The three from Tatum. Lets it go from deep. James a screen on Harris. The three from Tatum. Cans it from downtown. Tatum's got 6 points in the quarter.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Brown the pass to Tatum.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And he's good on the three ball.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Maxey. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. And another three for Detroit.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Beyond the arc. And another three for Detroit.
Using his teammates, Tatum creates just enough daylight to get off a shot.
Oubre sets the screen for Lowry. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
So it's Detroit now. To the middle. Here's Shaq. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
Well, sending Shaq to the line here is on paper the smart foul, but O'Neal might just make them regret it.
And the second free throw, good. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Oubre against LeBron. Oubre dishes to Embiid. Clock at 4. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Maxey, no good. Detroit with the ball. Outside Tatum. Shaq is screen on Harris. Lobbed up there for O'Neal.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Harris. Back to Lowry. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length. This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yao Ming. Ming Yao. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kyrie Irving.
First free throw is good.
Away team foul.
Maxey hits them both. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just